that he expected to be paid Monday when the banks reopen after Easter Sunday. The other bond guy is expecting to get his contracts yesterday. He did not get them as far as I know, but if he did, he may be under NDA, so he may not be able to tell me that he got them. However, I haven't heard from the second bond guy, the broker, as I like to call him. Haven't heard from him yet today, but I do know that he's been told everything is done, and he actually should have received his contract. Now, with the bond side, when you get the contract, what that means is that this is what you're going to be paid. Everything's agreed to. The actual payment takes place 24 hours to a week later before they get paid. But I believe, unlike what people have told you, is that the bond people are going to get paid at the same time we do. They used to think they were going to get paid first, and then the currency folks would follow after that. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think, in fact, we're all going to get paid at the same time. Now, where are we at in terms of those of us that are currency holders? It was supposed to happen yesterday, and they were trying desperately to get things done before the banks closed, which they're off. I believe most banks are closed today. It is Good Friday, so I believe that is the case. They are closed, and they will remain closed through Easter Sunday. So typically what I've been told before by other sources, more recent sources, is that, Thursday, Friday, Saturday are not good days for a revaluation of the currencies, that it's most likely you can expect it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So we're headed into a new window Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I know a lot of you are disappointed in that. I know that's not what you want to hear, but the reality is that if it's really this close, we can wait. Now, I have some other interesting stories about political machinations going on in the background, and people arguing about who's going to get blamed and who's got the trigger and who pulled the trigger and who gave the green light and who hit the red stop button. As I understand it, that's not happening. It's simply a matter of there is a mechanical, technological process that is moving along step by step by step, and that it was not able to be completed in time to do the revaluation. However, it should be completed on Sunday night. So that's what we're going to look for next. Again, is the typical reopening of the Forex. Now, also keep in mind that, as Jen has told you, that doesn't mean we can't get appointments before that. We could get notifications and appointments to make our appointments today, Saturday, Sunday, before the Forex reopens. We do not have to have a public rate on the Iraqi dinar or the Vietnamese dong or anything else in order to get our appointment scheduled and get ready to rock and roll next week. So I feel very optimistic. I also feel very disappointed because I thought it was a lead pipe cinch, lead pipe lock, stone cold lead pipe lock, as Tony Bruno would have said, that this thing was going to go yesterday. It did not happen, but we're here. So stay optimistic, stay strong, and just keep in mind that this is an incredibly complicated endeavor. It is the most complex financial transaction in human history, and there's going to be glitches and hiccups, and try to be patient because everything is coming. And I mean, if you look at the table, the way it's been set, the table is set for something big like this to happen. So just try to stay faithful and stay strong and be patient because good things are coming. And I don't think they're months away. I don't think they're even weeks away. I think it's days away at the most. So that's where we're at.
There's the news time. Parliamentary Foreign Ministry holding the Arab Summit in Baghdad holds special importance for Iraq. How many folks told us? How many folks out of Iraq? How many bankers from? How many of the gurus reported on this one, claiming or saying, and I've heard similar guys, so it's not just them, hearing that one of the agreements for them to hold that summit was a revalued currency. That summit, the Arab Summit, being in Baghdad for the entire Arab region area. They are going to hold that summit next month in Iraq. We certainly did. And I just thought I would remind folks of that as we are getting close to that date. If they're going to uphold the promises that we were told they made, that many have told us, then they have got to get daggone busy in the next few weeks because they got to have a new rate. Undersecretary of State for Bilateral Relations receives Deputy Chief of Mission of the United States in Baghdad. You're like, okay, does that really matter? They want to talk about stability, etc., between the U.S. and Iraq, Baghdad. But why I highlighted this one was, I don't know if there's nepotism here. I don't know, but this lady's name, I was, reading through my dozens of articles this morning, and this one just screened because her name is Elizabeth Trudeau, the Undersecretary of Ministry of Foreign Affairs for Bilateral Relations. Boy, that's a title. Mr. Mohammed Hussein Mohammed Bahar Al, yeah, there's another one, Ulum. That's another long one. Received on Wednesday, April 16th, at the Ministry of Headquarters in Baghdad, the Deputy Chief of the United States Mission to Iraq, Mrs. Elizabeth Trudeau, and her accompanying delegation. Anybody, am I just reading too much into it? Have I seen too many conspiracy theories about how everybody in politics is related? Or is it just a similar name? I mean, it happens all the time. People just have a similar name, not necessarily related at all, but I just found it interesting. That's all I wanted to talk about, that one. Mark keeps wearing the wrong shirt. You are so correct. It's good to see you in the house. All right, we're going to keep going so that we are prepared and ready. Another one of these. All right, almost Mike going to Graham. I love that. We got to talk about that one in a minute. Family stuff when Mike joins. Training course on the trade in services concludes in Geneva for World Trade Organization, a seating government. So they're telling us they're a seating. We also know they've done everything necessary. We've got a Arab summit coming, and they just finished another workshop training course, how to take advantage of World Trade Organization. Make certain they're on the same page. Benefits, training dollars, etc. So this is popping back up into the news on that World Trade Organization ascension. Arab Summit, of course, we had the articles from Monday calling for a revaluation of the Iraqi currency coming out of Iraq. So positive stuff there. Banks, well, call them redemption. I call them banks. Wealth management centers. I was told that they are on call, but not scheduled this weekend, only on call. So nothing there really pro or con to take away from that one. I have not heard any updates on CMKX or Prosperity, farm claims, etc. for the weekend either. I was hoping to get a little tickler. I just felt like there was a chance I was going to get a notice saying, hey, we're prepared for deliveries, but I just, they haven't heard anything either. I'm getting silence on that front. Of course, that could be a good thing. They have the mechanisms in place to do it on call. Of course, if they told us they were going to do it, they don't want it to be a surprise.
Because today isn't just another Friday, it's Good Friday, a day that marks the greatest debt cancellation in human history. Over 2,000 years ago, Christ paid a spiritual debt none of us could afford. He didn't just reset the ledger, he wiped it clean once and for all. And as we look around the world today, at collapsing banks, unstable currencies, and the birth of a new financial system, it's no coincidence. There's a spiritual pattern to what's unfolding. Systems built on lies are being exposed. The corrupt are being shaken, and the truth is rising. Just like the veil was torn. We're witnessing the veil lifting in finance, media, and global governance. In the Bible, Jubilee was a time of release. Debts were forgiven, slaves were freed, land returned. Sound familiar? That's not just a prophecy. It's a financial design from heaven itself. So as you watch the markets shift, currencies revalue, and digital systems rise, remember, this is more than economic. This is a spiritual warfare on a global scale, and the truth always wins. So stay alert, stay grounded in faith, and never forget, Jesus already won the ultimate reset. So until next week, stay sharp, stay free, and as always, follow the money, follow the signs, but most importantly, follow the truth. And for those of you that don't know, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. I'm Drew Demi, signing off. See you guys next week. Have a powerful, peaceful, and truly Good Friday and Easter weekend. So for now, bye-bye.
Excuse of, hey, we can't trust Congress, we can't trust the judicial system. we need AI. It's not flawed like humanity is, and we can trust it. That's what I'm saying. Like, we see the arrest, we see the politicians go down, and then they bring in this AI system to replace government. That's all. That's what I'm thinking where it could go.
Well, it's always possible, but I just don't see people standing up for it. Simply because, what is AI? It's a group of computer algorithms and programming that human beings put into it. All right.
So it's whoever controls it.
Right. After everything that we've seen and what we're about to learn about, I simply don't see the people allowing any government to control our lives anymore. I just simply don't see it.
But you do see us going into a new system.
We're going into a new financial system.
But do you think there has to be an event that transpires where this happens, like an EMP, a solar flare, something like that happen, a terrorist attack? Do you think some kind of event, one last play by the deep state happens for us to go into this, to push us into this new system?
Well, an EMP would take down the entire system, and it would take us years and years to recover. I don't see that happening. All right, because now we're vulnerable. That's number one. So I don't see that happening. As far as something else, do I see what I personally see is a group within the military making one last chance, one last attempt to
energy, the seed corn of all development, all growth, all survival, energy. So energy, transportation, information, and manufacturing, these are the things that change humanity, that will change world power, and they are descending upon us in ways that are very unique. The technology is on the engineering benches today, but most Americans and most in Congress have not had time to really look deeply at what's going on here. But I've had the benefit of 33 years of studying and becoming friends with these engineers and these scientists. This technology can be built today with technology that is not developmental to deliver any human being from any place on planet Earth to any other place in less than an hour, to deliver Wi-Fi from space where you never need a cell tower to connect, to deliver energy from space where you never have to plug your phone in and it trickle charges and you can use that energy over time. It can be applied to cars, to houses. The technology of Edison and Tesla that we live with in our energy environment, our paradigm today, is expensive, it's dangerous, and it's wasteful. Plug it into the wall, but yet that's what we all do because we are used to paradigms. The power of space will change world power forever. And it doesn't have to be a big country to do it. It can be a small island country, let's say New Zealand. Because the technology, if optimized, can change world power, and there's nothing you can do if you don't have that power. The nature of power. You either have it and your values rule, or you do not have it and you must submit. We see that play out again and again in history, and it's playing out now. But we get trapped.
Chinese producers are all over social media right now, and they're exposing just who is targeted by Trump's tariffs. And it's not the American consumers, and it's not the Chinese producers. It's actually our international corporations who have sold out American prosperity for their own profits. Let me illustrate. Let's use this example, Nike. Now, these are fictitious numbers, just for example. But let's say that Nike buys shoes from this company that manufactures Nike shoes for $10 a Nike shoe, which isn't very far off. Nike turns around and sells that shoe at retail for $100. Here's the interesting part about tariffs. You're not paying tariffs on the retail price. This is not a tax in the classic sense. The way the economists who are bought and paid for are trying to conflate it as, it is a tax on the import. This means with a 25% tariff, Nike's going to have to pay $2.50 to the US government every time it imports a Nike shoe at $10. So this $2.50 gets remitted to the American government, to American citizens. Now Nike's cost $10 for the shoe, $2.50 for the import tax. This means they're netting $87 per shoe. Now that's net, not profit. There are going to be other costs that are going to have to come from that. But you can see that the increase in cost is $2.50. So let's say that Nike passes the entire cost onto the consumer, even a little more just because of the fear of tariffs. $103 a shoe now. That is the impact of a 25% tariff. So what the Chinese producers on TikTok are saying, instead of the American consumer buying it for $103, or let's just say that the company Nike eats all $2.50 of the tariff and still sells it for $100, you're way better off over here, paying directly to China, including the tariff, $12.50 a shoe plus shipping. So as you can see, the tariffs are not meant to hurt consumers. They're not meant to hurt China. They don't really affect China at all. They're meant to protect American industry. They're meant to protect Americans from their corporations who will sell them out for a profit. So if you look hard, you'll notice that the people who are screaming about how bad tariffs are for consumers, it's these companies right here. It's Wall Street. It's all the investors in these companies because they don't want American citizens to realize these companies have sold them out and that they're not doing Americans any favors.
April 18, Texas Snake. Banker is indicating that he may have some evidence regarding the long-awaited bond releases this weekend. He will advise on Sunday, but the bond releases is directly related to our RV of currency, so I will relay what I hear ASAP upon my notification. Will open for a very short for any comments regarding if anyone is supporting Intel. So this information was put together by Mike, who is the admin for one of the groups that I follow on Telegram, which is Umbrella of Love. So this is the intel that Mike summarized. Galactic Council request. Stop waiting for medbeds. New Earth. RV. Focus on desired consciousness now. Vibrational frequencies. Be in vibrational alignment with what you want. Do small things. Take a leap of faith. Medbeds are 5D technology. 90% will need counseling before medbed. Raise your frequency now. No victim mentality. No excuses. Why no RV yet? Not enough humanity has shifted yet. Event shift is extremely close. There's supposed to be another small solar flash fairly soon too. Multiple timelines. Many will disappear this year. Create your 5D future now. Waiting is not in alignment with timelines. Also, you've got the replicators of 5D. Any other additional healing modalities like the wand. We're supposed to receive a wand. I'm not sure when that will be. That's also 5D as well. Anyways, that was the intel.
We got so many positives to talk about that we're going to have to talk about Tish's negative too, just to calm things down. Right? So I say that because she told me she already told some of you guys it wasn't happening this weekend. But we'll see. We will see. A lot of good things going on. A lot of crazy things going on. A lot of issues behind closed doors that I'm going to touch on that led this to up and down roller coaster ride all the way up to the minute. But I'm not. Forget it. I'm not even going to tell you guys anyway. So it was on yesterday. It was off yesterday. It was going yesterday morning at 10:30. It didn't. The Iran deal went left instead of right. I was going to give you guys all the details, but I'm not. So I'm just giving you a quick picture. Hopefully it comes back today, tomorrow, and completes the way it's supposed to. Everything was done. There was arguments in the upper echelons of the GCR about who gets what now, who gets to control this, that, everything. So it was quickly changed, decided, and signed off last night. So money had already been allocated, wasn't a lot to do. which made it a whole lot simpler to get done and agreed upon. So it's done. So bottom line, what you want to hear is it's available today, even though for some of you it's a holiday, because it's not a holiday in California. But I guess some places it's a holiday. Some places banks aren't open. Some places banks are closing at 2:00 today because it's Good Friday. And we'll go with that. They still are expecting and looking for the RV to go live today. Either it's supposed to be right before Forex closes or shortly thereafter Forex closes. Bank people are going home today, again at 2. Everybody, when I say everybody, I think it includes the janitor, cleanup at night, has to be at the bank tomorrow morning at 7:00. Everybody. Tomorrow morning at 7:00. They do hope and are expecting and praying for us to give out the numbers tomorrow and for us to get started. That's what's going on right this moment. Now, how close are we to it actually? I've been told this morning 99% sure this is going through tonight or tomorrow. Now, that is from, I want to say a 3-letter agency. Yes, absolutely. Or directly involved in it. Directly involved. So let me put it that way. There's another 3-letter agency that is saying there's a good chance it could go this evening. We're not going to the bank, though, because the banks are closed, but they assume we were. Or it will go Sunday, and we'll be at the bank on Monday. But they're saying this is all based on if Iran signs this deal tomorrow, if it goes through. Okay? So, the problem with the deal, I guess you guys are actually seeing it if you're paying attention. Supposedly, Rubio made a deal with them, or Witkoff, and Rubio said one thing, Witkoff said something else, and Iran said, you guys now are confusing us, you're confusing the whole world, and we're not going to do that. That's not what we agreed on. So in one meeting we had an agreement, next we don't. You come back and told the whole world we said something we didn't even say, which was that we're going to give up all our nuclear capability. They said we're not going to do that. They did agree not to have a nuclear bomb, but now you want us to give up everything, even civilian use? So Trump said they just don't want to have a nuclear bomb. They use nuclear fusion in their society, something to do things they need to do. So anyway, we'll see what happens today and tomorrow. I was hoping, I told you guys on Wednesday, it wasn't going to happen before that was announced. It wasn't going to happen before it was agreed upon anyway. And which we thought happened Tuesday. But Wickoff came out and said something different Wednesday, and they said, we're not doing that. No, that's not what we agreed to. So that's the issue there. Things always changing back and forth, and you can blame it on either side you want to. Because this morning I heard it was Iran's fault because they go back on the deal compared to Zelensky because they go back on the deal. But both of them said that wasn't what was said in the meeting. It's not what we agreed upon. So who's going back on the deal? But things keep changing. And then every day, when the news talks to a different person, they get a different perspective. Now everybody's confused again. So that's what's being said in the back rooms. The guys who are doing the communications, translations, people who are related to. It's not necessarily what you're hearing on the news. You're just hearing the deal changed. Or they said they didn't agree to that. Not the bits and pieces of it, which is okay. But other than that, everything looks good. So, is Tish here? I don't want to talk about her unless she's here. Let me see. Can somebody find her? Because I want to find her. Wait, what's her name? You know what her name is, right? What's her name? Wait, I don't even know if Ray is here. He said, I'm not
Yeah,
paying
my mic was
attention.
stuck. Time is now. That's her name.
Oh, do you see her?
I wasn't
So,
looking. Let me see.
I'm going to, she might not be here.
Not in the requesting to speak section.
Oh.
Let's see.
All right. So here's the thing, and it kind of makes sense. She says she listened. I didn't want you to listen. I want you to talk. But anyway, she's listening. Me and her were having a discussion this morning, which we do. And okay, request to speak then. Anyway, she said she told some people it wasn't going to happen because there's no way.
No, she didn't tell some people. She told several hundred people.
Yeah. She did say that. She told me. I was told, well, no, she said some people, but okay, anyway. It's not going to happen. And it made sense what she was saying, that Muslims are going to do this on a Christian holiday or whatever holiday, on Easter. I mean, it's not going to happen.
All right. I found her.
Oh, all right. Let her speak with her own words, because we're going to have this out right now in front of everybody.
At least I'm consistent, though, right?
Yes, you are. Without a doubt, you are. So, go ahead. Why is it not going to happen?
Because there's no way a Muslim country is going to let their economy be kickstarted on the holiest of the holy weekends of Christianity. And I'm pretty sure something holy is going on for the Jews, too.
Okay. So, which absolutely makes sense, right?
I think so.
Absolutely makes sense. Except for we also found out what this morning?
Kuwait did theirs during the Easter weekend.
Kuwait revalued their currency on March the 28th, 1991, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was my birthday, in case y'all forget.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. So, Iraq revalued their currency on March the 28th, 2025. Okay. They actually did. Now, we received the Kuwait revalue Easter weekend in 1991, even though they revalued on March the 28th. March 28th is Easter weekend, and mostly everybody we know is saying this is the final weekend, this is it.
Well, I do hope I'm wrong.
Me too. You know, I'll be hoping you wrong. You're wrong. So I sent out some information this morning that I didn't give you guys. There's a whole lot of information. Well, I just gave you guys the overview, but I actually sent out a bunch of the details. Okay? Somebody's saying Kuwait did it during Ramadan, so one of them's confused, so yes. But here's the thing, what I just got back after confirming that. So now it's from 3 different countries. They have doubled down that it will happen tonight or tomorrow. This is my information is confirmed to be correct. Double down, it will happen tonight or tomorrow. Now, part of that information is that last night, Forex platforms around the globe were populating with the new rates against IQD. So that when it comes out on our Forex, or they make the announcement, everybody supposedly already had it, has it, and what the big deal was about in one particular country, who was going to be the lead, and they flip-flopped the lead last night. Who was going to do it, and that was it. But other than that, and I got this from other countries, that their platforms were populating with the new rates, and it has just been confirmed. Okay? So,
Woohoo. Thank you.
one way or the other, we love you. Okay? All right. So, all we have to do is, okay, is get ready. I don't know about you guys, but shoot, I've been counting my money all morning. Let me go through this one more time. Said I'm ready to go this time. I'm ready to go. Now, they didn't tell me what time, when I'm getting the 800 numbers, but we're going to brief. That is one call I still need to make today. I'm going to try and confirm we're at that point. But they get off at 2. Everybody has to be back in at 7. So I do anticipate us, with, like they're saying, getting started tomorrow. Okay? So with that, I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm going to say it was nice knowing you. Nice seeing you. Nice having a conversation. But it's time for me to separate the groups. So if I get the information tonight, you'll see that only the subscription will be there when you wake up in the morning. It won't start till in the morning, but I'm gonna remove everything as soon as I can. As soon as they tell me it's a go for sure. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna start new tomorrow. Trying to think. All I can tell you guys is get ready. So you'll be ready. Go back over every little detail. Go back over the first counting your money, separating it. First put down the rates that you have heard, so you have those in your head for each currency, and then your different scenarios. So nothing shocks you. Nothing they say shocks you. Nothing they do will shock you. You're ready for it because you've already played it through in your mind. You know how to negotiate. Know how much you have. So we're ready. Are we ready, Ray? Did I forget anything? Not much else to say, is it?
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so.
Forwarded from Watcher Guru. Just in. President Trump says he's had nice conversations with China and it's going very good. Golden Age. Sending love to everyone who's trying their best to heal from things that they don't discuss.